Hi, Mom and Dad. This is my girlfriend Amanda Nunnald. I met her when I went swing dancing a couple of months ago in downtown Farmington. She is 19 years old and she is from White Lake. She is currently attending Lawrence Tech and is studying to become an architect. She has one sibling, her older sister Shannon, who is 8 years older than her. She was born when Mr. and Mrs. Nunnald were in college at Central Michigan. Amanda's favorite person in the world is sadly not me. That title belongs to Shannon's little daughter and her niece, Evelo, who she absolutely adores. Amanda and I have a few things in common. We both enjoy shoes. I was surprised when I went to visit her at her house in White Lake when she showed me her shoe collection, and she has over 50 pairs of shoes. She's a very driven person and is very smart. She scored a 30 on her ACT and graduated valedictorian of her high school. She aspires to design net zero buildings, or buildings that are self-sufficient and don't require any outside power, electricity, air conditioning, or whatnot. All that power is generated from the design of the building. She was very shy at first, but once you get to know her, she becomes very talkative. She didn't grow up in a household that didn't have any pets, which is far different from where we grew up, because of course we had a wide variety of dogs and guinea pigs and gerbils and whatnot. She and I both enjoy traveling, and we both want to see the great city of Paris before we die. She's already traveled across the world though, and she's been to Ireland, and she's very fond of castles and medieval styling, and uses that to draw buildings that she has for assignments. I met Amanda through a mutual friend, Eric, who brought her to swing last summer. She and a couple of her friends came to swing and had no idea how to dance, so I immediately took it upon myself to make the sacrifice to teach her and her friends how to dance. She had never. It took some convincing, but I was able to get her to go on a date with me. I, of course, came up with the worst first date idea, going to see the movie Maze Runner. Movies are terrible first date ideas for a couple of reasons. One, it's dark, so you can't really focus on the person that you're hanging out with. And two, you're focusing on the screen and not on the person that you're with. So you don't have time to get to know them because you're not supposed to talk during the movie. So we were supposed to go get coffee afterwards. So I picked out a couple of places in Southfield to drive after the movie was over. But of course the movie got over at 10 o'clock and everything in Southfield closes at 9:30. So we drove around for half an hour trying to find a coffee shop, and we were not able to find one. So after driving around Southfield and burning a half a tank of gas in my car, we got back to our campus. I thought the date had been going awful, and we decided that we would go for a walk around her campus commons, and we found a nice bench in the central part of her campus. We sat down and we got to talking about life, and after a while I walked her back to her dorm and left. And I drove the entire way back thinking that I would never see this girl again in the world because that date was pretty awful. Lo and behold, I was very surprised to get a text from her in the morning saying how nice of a time she had and how much fun she had just talking instead of seeing the movie with me. So, not talking during a movie, impromptu getting lost in Southfield, and then a chilly walk on a college campus turned out to be the best date that I've ever had. It's been 5 months, and she is my new favorite person, so you're going to be seeing her around a little bit more.